Hi friends, what's good? It's your health coach Marzi and welcome back to my channel. Today I will be listing all the pros of how high intensity interval training will get your fitness level up to par so that you're going to be able to hit the gym with confidence. Pop quiz. What are the top 3 excuses for not exercising? I don't have time. I'm too tired. I don't know what to do at the gym. You heard it, you said it, so have I. But today we are about to overcome those objections because I have the solution to those reasons. And that is high intensity interval training, otherwise known as HIIT. It only takes about 15 to 20 minutes of your time in a day. And I gotta say, that is significantly less time than going into your best friend's toxic ex's hot cousin's Instagram feed 3 years deep. Do you often feel like you're too tired for physical activity? If you're not active, your metabolism slows down. Food doesn't get converted into energy easily, and they will get stored as fat. Not being active actually slows you down even more and makes you more tired. If you don't know what to do at the gym, HIIT training is accessible anywhere. Literally, you can do it anywhere. As long as you have space for yourself and a mat, you can do it anywhere. Don't need to know how machines work. It's just 5 basic movements: pushing, pulling, lifting, bending, rotating. There is no problem hitting the gym and picking up those weights once you've mastered these basic movements with just your body weight. So what is high intensity interval training exactly? It basically is short duration of intense activity alternating with low intensity recovery time. Research has shown that this might be the most efficient way to exercise. Its health benefits can be twice the amount of moderate intensity exercise. And the nice part is you get to choose what activity you'd like to do and the time frame. So you can work for 40 seconds, rest for 20, work for 30, rest for 30. You can do 30, 15, 40, 15. Improvise and plan it to your best physical ability. You can curate your own exercises depending on the intensity, as long as you're picking movements that actually help speed up your heart rate. If your heart is not pumping and your breathing patterns have not changed compared to pre-activity, then your movement is probably too easy. You guys ready for the pros? HIIT exercises will improve your aerobic capacity. It will lower the risk of skeletal muscle oxidation and disease risk, and it will improve your exercise tolerance by a lot. High intensity interval training burns hella calories hella fast. In a research that compares 30 minutes of HIIT weight training, running, and biking to compare the number of calories burned in each exercise respectively, it turned out to burn 25 to 30% more calories than its associates. And that only took 20 seconds of activity alternating with 40 seconds of recovery in a time span of 30 minutes. If you do the math, they were only working 1/3 of the time. It's 10 minutes. With HIIT, you're able to burn the same calories in less time. And time, again, is money. With HIIT, you'll continue to burn calories post-exercise. High-intensity interval training is able to increase your metabolic rate for hours after the exercise. Your body is still in a energy-burning state. This is otherwise known as the EPOC effect. The amount of oxygen that you consume post-exercise is required to help our bodies return to its pre-exercise state. Increasing oxygen consumption in our bodies require energy. And that's also one of the reasons why people feel an afterburn effect after they finish a HIIT workout. Okay, this one is huge. Losing fat, a very common goal on the agenda. In the muscle and fat video, we talked about how a calorie burn with a calorie deficit will help you lose weight. By adding HIIT exercises in your weekly routine, it's efficient to help you lose calories a week when paired with healthy eating. And when I say lose fat, I don't just mean your weight. The effect of HIIT is going to help your body lose visceral fat, which is fat around the organ. We don't want too much of those because it will put you at risk for diseases. Keeping consistent and doing HIIT exercises every week will result in visible fat loss. It's definitely something that I kept on my weekly list during the COVID quarantine period when the snacking just kind of got out of control. And it can produce similar fat loss effects to endurance training in the gym. Another great point is that this exercise is so beneficial for fitness beginners because it will help you gain a little bit of muscles before you start hitting the gym. And you'll mainly see these muscles in the core, the abdomen and the back, and the lower body. Since a lot of the movement is body weight, unless you're incorporating some upper body exercise into your HIIT program, you're not going to see significant progress in your upper body compared to your lower body. The increase in lean muscle mass happens more efficiently for fitness beginners. For individuals that are more active, you just have to kick up the intensity in order to achieve muscle gain. So for example, a beginner might do a burpee without a push-up. A more athletic individual could do a burpee with plyo push-ups. Although the movements are different, the intensity is the same for those individuals respectively. So as long as the intensity is up to par with what you're able to handle, the high intensity interval training is being effectively carried out. Lastly, the subtle action of heavy breathing is actually going to increase your oxygen consumption. During endurance training, your muscles require oxygen in order to help produce ATP or energy. High intensity interval training will help your body adapt to a higher oxygen consumption and allow oxygen to flow more efficiently in your muscles when you need to use them. If you can regularly do HIIT workouts with no problem, endurance training is not going to feel like hell for you. You're going to feel so much more energized walking into that workout and so much more confident walking out. Increasing oxygen consumption in the body reduces blood pressure more than the recommended moderate intensity exercise. So now that we've talked about all the benefits of high intensity interval training, let's get into how this can be done. To get started, you want to choose your activity. Now this could be running, cycling, or just using your body weight to do movement. Second, you want to decide the duration of your work and recovery. Also the number of sets. For this, you really have to experiment with what works for you. Lastly, if you're doing body weight exercises, please choose movements according to your ability. If you attempt a movement and it's causing you some joint pain, you probably want to stay away from that movement. A tip I have for you guys: refine your form to avoid injury. Recording yourself and reflecting your own movements, it's going to help you modify small details such as having a rounded back or knees caving in or having a tight neck while you're exercising. It could be helpful in reminding yourself to watch out for those small micro movements and help refine your form. Because at the end of the day, if there's no one monitoring you during your home workouts, you need to be monitoring yourself to avoid injury. So if you see someone doing a HIIT workout on Instagram and it looks pretty cool and you want to try it out, but your body's just not ready for it, please don't do it. But instead, find a more simplified version of that movement, master it, and slowly progress to the more difficult routine. High-intensity interval training is such an efficient way to exercise, something that I love and has really helped me build my endurance up and leveled up my performance at the gym. If you're someone that is struggling with cardio, struggling with that energy level, you really want to try this workout. And I'm gonna be completely honest, the first time you do it, it's gonna suck because it's quite intense, but you only get better at what you train at. The more consistent you are with your training, the better you get at it. And with HIIT exercises, it's beyond measure to the number of movements that you're going to be able to progress to and make you feel like a fucking champ. So if that hasn't sold you on the idea of high intensity interval training, I'm gonna try harder next time. And I just want to say that it's really important to pick exercises that motivate you. If it's too difficult and you're trying it and you're failing at it, like that doesn't motivate anyone. It's okay to not get things right the first time. That's why we train. That's That's why we practice, that's why we excel, that's why we succeed. If this is something that you think you'd be interested in doing at home, please stay tuned because I've got some exciting stuff to upload next week, and I hope you guys like it as much as I do. Thank you again for listening to me ramble on about fitness and health. And if you're new here, welcome. I really appreciate if you could hit that like, subscribe, and notification bell for more new videos coming up next week. Stay moving, stay hydrated, and I'll see you in my next video.